What's up, Internet? In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about whiff punishing and using your backdash and spacing to get a delay catch or a whiff punish. Basically, in this game, the further away you are from your opponent, the safer you are. Now, the way they've prevented a situation where full screen is just like the best place you want to be is from this range. If the opponent runs at you, they will get an unblockable shoulder tackle which has invulnerable frames. So obviously there are ways to deal with it, like jump up over it or sidewalk it, or there are other ways to deal with it, but basically that's the thing that exists in this game that makes full screen just not the best place to be. However, anywhere from about this range to about this range is a pretty safe range. Now, every character in the game has their own optimum range, but in my opinion, regardless of the character, when you're at point blank range in this game, it adds so many variables that you have to pin down defensively that no matter what, it's almost always a bad range to maintain. When you do have momentum, obviously it's a really good idea to pressure the opponent, but generally speaking, when the momentum is kind of neutral or only slightly in your favor, it's a very risky idea to keep pummeling the opponent with attacks from range 1, because eventually, regardless of the opponent, eventually they're going to pull out some hop kick or some all-in bullshit, and you are going to get frustrated. So it's always a bad idea to be overly aggressive in the range 1 position. But basically what you want to do is find the perfect range for your character and then maintain that range to induce whiffs. Now, in Wang's case, in my opinion at least, his best range is just outside of throw range, which is just outside of his jab range, which is right around here. And the reason for that is you can space back and forth with spacing and induce a whiff and then punish with either down forward 2-1 or a death fist. Now, there are two basic ways to induce a whiff and do a delay catch or a whiff punish. Either you're going to allow the opponent to make the whiff themselves, as in you're going to let them become impatient and try to catch you while you're moving, and that is it's pretty uncommon for high level opponents. But the most common way to get a whiff in this game is by inducing one with pokes. So basically you have your launcher that you want to punish with, and you have your pokes like jabs or down forward 4 in this case, or whatever low you have with whatever character you're using. These tools are there to basically set up the launcher. Now, a good way, at least in my opinion, to set up a whiff is maintaining the perfect range and then doing something that in your opinion at least, will induce your opponent to retaliate. Now, in the case of Wang, just a really simple one is at this range, if your opponent blocks a jab, they're usually inclined to do something. Now, if you want to pressure them with jab after jab, that's an even better way to induce that mistake. And as soon as you feel like that mistake is coming, just backdash, make sure you hold back, and then boom, whiff punish. Now, to give you a visual aid, I've recorded Heihachi doing just a quick example of this. If you do anything, if you block one of these situations, I mean, this is such a common thing you will see, and a lot of the time players will be thinking like, what the hell, this guy's hitting me with the stuff and everything I'm doing is whiffing, but you just got baited. It's just plain and simple, you just got baited. So just be very cautious with at what point you're pressing your buttons, because in Tekken, trust me when I say even the tiniest whiff will cost you over 50%. So whenever you're going to decide to use your right hand in this game, make sure it's going to count. It's just something you learn over the years, that your right hand needs to chill in this game and your left hand's going to do all your work. Hopefully that helped you out with some of the concepts of footsies and spacing. I think it's really I mean, it's kind of one of those little known things about this game. A lot of players come into it thinking like having misconceptions about the spacing in this game, but it's literally 100% of the game. I mean, yeah, there's launchers, and yeah, there's juggles and throws and lows and pokes, but essentially all of those things are there, and the only way to land them is by inducing those mistakes and punishing, with punishing specifically. I mean, obviously you're going to block punish a lot of the time, and in the future I'm going to do a tutorial maybe explaining how block punishing works, but in the meantime, hopefully you guys learned a thing or two about the delay catching in this game, and I guess I will catch you guys later. Take it easy.